Hello, Minnedemo. My name is Martin Grider, and I'm a local software developer. I've been making mostly iOS and video game stuff for the last 10 years or so. And I'm here to show off today a board game that I designed called Thrive. So I originally conceived this game as part of a game idea day project that I was doing back in 2016, where I was just basically writing in my game design journal every day. And I had a bunch of different rules that all involved these square pieces with holes for cribbage pegs. And so I spent a weekend in a buddy's garage making the first prototype. And then about 2 years later, after showing it off at a bunch of places, including Maker Faire, I hooked up with local board game publisher Adam's Apple Games, and Adam wanted to publish my game. And so he started producing these 3D printed prototype pieces. And then eventually we got a 3D modeler involved, and this is closer to what the final version will look like. The game did have a successful Kickstarter last year, and should be on its way to the US right now from China on a boat, I think. And so it should be in backers' hands next month sometime, or maybe this month sometime by the time you see this. And so I'm excited for that. But tonight, obviously, I'm here to show off the digital version, which I've been working on for, I don't know, maybe the last year or so. So really quickly, gonna show that off. Uh, there's the app icon. It was made in Unity. Unity is, I refer to as sort of the Photoshop for game development. It's not where you would write your code, but it's where you kind of set up a 3D scene and your project, and uh, it allows publishing to a bunch of different platforms. So I'm planning on currently Android and iOS, but maybe we'll do desktop. I mean, basically, it can publish out to any platform. So here's our main menu. I'm going to click the Start Game button. I've got a game in progress, but I'll just cancel out of that. And right away, I have this game setup screen. I can choose between an AI and human opponent. The human opponent is just on the same device currently. So I do plan to do multiplayer, but I don't know if that's going to be in the first release or not. Let's just play against the AI. I'll hit start game. I can tap on a piece and see where it can move. They can all start out just being able to move one space forward. And then I tap on the highlight, and then that will move onto that space. The second part of your turn, you're adding two pegs anywhere on any of your pieces. So you just tap on a piece, and then you can move the peg that you're adding kind of around, and then choose finish when you're done. So I'll add the second piece now, or a second peg now. And then when I finish my turn, we can watch the AI take its turn. And I can drag anywhere on the screen to change the camera up or down, and I can drag left or right to rotate the camera. So I can kind of get right in there and see exactly where my opponent moved. Um, let's just hit pause and go back to the main menu for a second, because I really want to show off this augmented reality mode. So I'm going to click this AR button up in the upper right hand corner, and you can kind of goes into this standard plane detection mode for augmented reality. So I'm just going to kind of move my camera around a little bit until I've got a nice big plane, and then I can scale and rotate and then tapping on that plane will place the board, and then I can scale and rotate it using these sliders. So let's maybe I want it to be a little bit bigger, and then I'll click done when I'm finished. And you can see I've actually, oh no, I've made it smaller than the actual game board. We could maybe even start over again. Let's just do that one more time and make it a little bit bigger. And then I'll click done. I've got a little bit of Z fighting with the plane detection going on there. I'm going to hit start game, and I can continue right where I left off. And you can see right up next to the existing game. So I can get right down in there. I'm controlling the camera now just by moving my camera, or yeah, controlling the camera in the game by moving my phone around. So I'm just moving my hands around. So I might, like move this piece now, and I can see that it can move two spaces forward. Maybe I'll move just one and then add like a peg up here, and I can get right in there to see, okay, that
peg corresponds to that space where he might move. But maybe I want to threaten him also. So let's add another peg right there. Okay, and let's see what he does. Okay, so he didn't move. He didn't oh no, he did defend that piece with this peg over or this peg over there. Yeah, so I can show off a capture anyway, removing that piece from the game. You win the game by removing all but one of your opponent's pieces. And so it's sort of chess-like. So let's take one more kind of overview of uh, the virtual game right next to the physical game with the box in there. And that's all I'm going to show off, I think, in the app. Let's just go back to my camera. And then I wanted to get this in there. So I also wanted to plug the Twin Cities chapter of the International Game Developers Association, which I've been helping run for the last few years. It's a really welcoming user group, basically for game development. You come with your questions, and everybody's really friendly and helpful. And um, I also have some URLs up for sort of like getting on the mailing list for when the game comes out, and then you can also pre-order the physical game if you're interested in that. So thanks a lot, and have a great rest of your mini demo.